Hi, I'm Lauren with FocusTV. We're here today with over 120 residents who are volunteering their time at today's 2030 Community Forum to let Council know their expectations for the future growth of the Hastings region. We're going to catch up with some of the locals today in their lunch break to see what they think about today. We're here with Lisa and Kieran. Ladies, how long have you been in Port Macquarie for?
My family goes back to convict days in Port Macquarie.
And I've been here for 14 years now. And class myself as a local too.
Okay, ladies, what's the most important aspect you think that the council has to improve on for the long-term future of the Hastings region?
I think, an important factor is keeping local families and that here. I know when my husband and I both met at school here, and we actually had to travel away to do more continuous studies, and then we were fortunate enough to obtain work back here in Port Macquarie, our hometown. So, yeah, I think sustaining educational opportunities and employment opportunities here in Port Macquarie.
I think tourism is an important factor. I think we need to have more attractions for tourists to come to our area, so it's more inviting. I think we're competing against some other regions that offer a lot, and I think we offer a lot, but we could still do more. And I also think supporting local businesses in getting bigger and so forth there. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you both. We're here with Carolyn from Lake Cat-Eye. She's has been a resident in Lake Cat-Eye for over 14 years, and Tresna from Port Macquarie, who's been in Port Macquarie for 7 years. Now, ladies, what's the most important thing you think the council has to improve on for the long-term future of the Hastings region?
Well, from my perspective, I think it's to do with sporting facilities. I'm involved with Little Athletics, and so I'd like to see our fields better. We share fields with the winter sports, so once the winter sports are finished, they're cleaned up a bit and we get to run on them. So I'd certainly like to see better facilities for that. I'm also involved with soccer, and I think we could do with more soccer fields as well. So, yeah, improving the quality of the facilities would be great.
Fantastic. And Tresna?
I guess for me, facilitating education. I think Port could well and truly handle a university to encourage the extra facility here for kids to stay in Port, to draw on other communities to come back in to Port. And then out of that, our city itself will grow with other areas such as, cultural ideas, horticultural ideas, anything along the sporting line. It just helps to encourage everybody along the same track.
We're here with Alison, who's a Year 10 student from St Paul's here in Port Macquarie. Alison, what do you see as the most important aspect for the long-term future of Hastings over the next 21 years?
So we have the bush on one side and we have the coast on the other, and the beach is such a big part of our lifestyle. I would hate to see it destroyed and wrecked, so I think that's the biggest issue we need to address.
Okay, fantastic. Do you think the council are doing a great job of that already?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're helping dune care and land care, they're providing the money and the equipment for them, but of course there's still room for improvement.
Most definitely. Thank you, Alison. We're here with Mary Dye from Interrelate Family Services. Mary, what do you see as the most important aspect for the council to improve on for the next 20 years, the long-term future of the Hastings region?
Well, I guess partly because I work for a family-oriented service, anything that benefits families overall is of great interest to me, and I think already we've got a wonderful community and we all pull together very well. So anything really that can enhance that and maybe develop some services a bit more is a real plus.
Good morning, Bill. How long have you been in Port Macquarie for?
Well, actually I moved to Port Macquarie in 1993 from Sydney. So 15 years now, or nearly going on to 16.
And what do you do here in Port Macquarie, Bill?
Well, actually I work as an auditor for a government department, and in my spare time I do a lot of volunteer work.
Fantastic. Now, from what you've been discussing here today at the forum, what do you see as the most important aspect for the council to improve on for the future of the Hastings region?
Well, there's actually many areas for the council to look at. I mean, obviously we're going to have population growth, which in turn needs infrastructure. Then we also have to look at protecting our environment, making sure we provide services to keep our community ahead. And I think the consultation process is probably the first that's been done in Australia of this nature. And I think it's a great idea which gives council a lot of feedback from the community.
We're here with Emery, an employee of Mercure Centro here in Port Macquarie. Emery's been a local for over 15 years here in Port Macquarie. Emery, what do you see as the most important aspect of improvement for the Hastings region over the next 21 years?
It would have to be communication. There's a lot of good things happening, and to get the message through to the council and to the community in the future, communication.
Okay, fantastic. How do you think council should go about doing that?
Oh, there's so many great ways now through the internet and just the media, which is always supportive in the area. They've been fantastic. And just out to community groups, networking, talking to as many people as they can, having a lot of involvement with the community and lots of groups, and just totally open.
Hi Peter, tell us about your history here in Port Macquarie.
I've been here for about 12 years, came up from Newcastle and involved in a range of different business activities, but I'm also on the board of the Chamber of Commerce. So it's a particularly interesting day for me from that point of view.
Fantastic. Now for the long-term future of the Hastings region, what do you see as one of the most important aspects?
I think one thing that's critically important is that people come here and stay here and live here because of our environment. And in my view, that's the asset, and everything needs to build around that, which means we need to build an economic base that's good for the town based on our environment. So we need to protect the environment, make it attractive, and make sure that we build a long-term growing economic base, including tourism and all the other services that come with it, and rely on our environment to make sure it continues to attract people and keeps the people that we've got.
Hi Diane, tell us about your history within the Hastings region.
I've been in this area for 27 years. I currently live in Wauchope, but previously I lived in Port Macquarie. My main area of interest is in swimming pools. I'm actually involved in fundraising for a heated pool in Wauchope, but I'm concerned about accessibility to swimming for all residents, because I believe currently that things aren't up to standard, and I'm working towards improving that.
Hi Andrew, tell us about your history within the Hastings area.
Yeah, I've been living here for just under 4 years now. So I moved up from the Wollongong area, working as Regional General Manager for Country Energy at the moment.
Fantastic, that's a huge employer here in Port Macquarie. What do you think from today is the most important area that council needs to improve for the long-term future of the region?
The thing that I've been hearing the most of today is just improving the safety in the CBD area, particularly for the younger generation, the sort of 12 to 18-year-olds. So that's the thing that I'd really be taking on board as a significant improvement out of this.
Hi Alia, tell us about your history within the Hastings area.
I've been in Port Macquarie on and off for most of my life.
Okay, fantastic. Do you work here in the region?
I'm studying welfare up at the Port Macquarie TAFE.
Okay, fantastic. So from today, what do you think is the most important aspect that the council needs to improve on for the long-term future of the region?
I think it's very important to keep an idea of both sides of the spectrum, both youth and aged. A lot of people have brought that up today, and I think it's very important to focus on youth fundings and youth buildings. And I was just discussing with some people about a big community centre where everyone can come, and it's kind of, the lines are gone and it's just equal opportunity for everyone. I think that's really relevant.
That's just some of the opinions that have come out of today's forum. Council will now take these hopes and expectations into consideration in their planning process over the next 21 years for the Hastings region. I'm Lauren for FocusTV.